We will get back to the show in a minute. Um, we're doing too much
and
and
not
not
enough.
enough. Okay, so this is how we start our greens. I'm doing this because I'm trying to quantify my recipes so you guys can actually follow them. So to start, I have kale, kale and collard greens. I'm cooking a lot, but I'm gonna give you the recipe for half of this. So to start off, I'm going to get 2 cups of water. That's the start. I'm going to start that going. That is not enough for what I need, but for a regular small pot of greens, perfect. I'm going to put another 2 cups in for me, for what I'm doing. Because what we're doing now is making a flavorful, I guess you could say the pot liquor, really not the pot liquor. I don't know what you want to call it. So we have, I like to use turkey butts, turkey tails, because they have a lot of fat and it makes your greens tender. Don't use turkey necks. My uncle says it makes it bitter because of the way they smoke them, the bones. I like turkey tails. You can use smoked turkey wings, but I like turkey tails. Now, I'll show you when these cook down, what do you have to do? You have to pluck the residual feather things out before you put your greens in. So we're just going to boil these maybe like an hour. So there's one, two, three, four, just 5 in here. Um, for instance, you can see this right here. It's smaller when you cook it. I mean, it's softer, but those you don't want these in your greens. Somebody once told me that this was poopies, and it's not poopies. It's just feathers. Um, but like I said, it's easier once you cook it to get them out. But you know, so I'm gonna rinse these. Even though I don't like to rinse them because I don't want to watch the smoke flavor off. Oh, before we do that, I like these Nor. I have this. We will use this if we need a little bit more flavor. Nor the powder bouillon. But for this, we're going to start with one of the Nor the cubes, and they're really soft. The chicken ones, they're really soft. I break them in half just so they melt easier. So we have 2 cups already in there. I mean 4 cups. You could just use two, or you could use four. It will cook down. We're gonna put that in there. I'm just gonna check to see any obvious ones I could pull out. And even when they're cooked, they come out better too because they're cooked. See, this one is stuck in there. Some tweezers. This will be easier to pull out later. I don't want to break my nails. So there's one, two. These are smaller ones. A lot of feathers in here. But like I said, it doesn't matter. We're going to let's do this after they're cooked down. And if you don't want to go through this, get the turkey wings. My uncle told me he's like a master meat cooker, griller, chef extraordinaire. Don't use the necks unless you want a bitter flavor. Good one right here. So these are really small. I have another pan. I'm going to put like two more in there and freeze the rest. Two are, let's see how, those are really small. So, oh, I should have started with this. These are the big ones. So I'm going to put a big one in there. And then I'm going to save this for my next go around with greens. Yeah, that's about right. That looks good. See how this one is huge. A lot of meat. I like meaty greens. This sucker ain't coming out without a fight. And like I said, we'll get the rest out once they cook. And I'm going to add a heaping kitchen spoonful of better than bouillon. And I'm going to add a chopped onion. So this is chicken, roasted chicken. I'm going to do like this much. I'm gonna add one more cup of water. Just 1 cup, not 2. Okay, 6 in there, 4 in here. Freeze this in a minute. Put this aside for now. I'm gonna chop an onion and get it in there. Now this onion that I'm chopping now, it will emulsify, which means melt. And that's gonna give flavor too. 5 onions. 6 of my onions. Got a whole bag of onions somewhere. Here we go. Alright, so I'm gonna get a small onion from out here. Just regular yellow onions. You can use sweet if you want. I usually use sweet for everything else, but I don't want the sweet flavor in the greens. Maybe I might for the second batch of onions. Boy, I could tell the difference between. I got these from Acme. Look at this. Acme onion versus the Sprouts onion. Like, it looks really like, ugh. And the Sprouts yellow onion is good color. Skin is good. This is just like, but it's an onion, nonetheless. We're going to save this for something else. Organic. Go Flyers. And my sister, she likes to use shallots. Her greens are all in. But this isn't for my personal consumption. These are for sale. See, like, looking at the inside. It's already giving issues. Slice these small. those in. Alright, we'll put those in. Then we're going to use this Montreal steak seasoning. It has coarse salt, black pepper, red pepper, garlic, onion, sunflower oil, natural flavor, and paprika. One more. Try that. We got cube at the bottom. Let's see. This is what this looks like. This is 5 cups. This is a really big pot and 6 turkey butts. Normally I would use like 3 or 4, depending on the size, for just single pot drinks for me and my family. And we're going to find the top. Then we're going to let this cook for like an hour. We're going to clean the greens while we wait. I don't watch Love Island. What happened on Love Island? Because the people are getting like a little riled up about it. Alright, we're going to put this to the side. Now, let's see. What else do we need? I guess I should chop the rest of my onions that I need for later, right? What happened on Love Island? Ooh! Should I put it on? We would have to go. You would have to go on Twitter or Twitch if you want to see it. Baddies Love Island. So the girls were fighting. All right. What do I want to do now? Actually, I want to unpack my groceries. Okay. So wait. What should I do now? I'm cooking a lot of food. I need to get the sweet potatoes boiling. So maybe I can put this on this pot. Boil the sweet potato. Trinity was about to get snatched up. Oh my. Sounds treacherous. That sounds like treachery. Yeah, I have to cook a lot of food. And if people are tight on groceries, I'm gonna show you all the stuff I bought for under $100 on Amazon. Amazon Fresh is cheap and it's fast. If you spend over a certain amount, you don't have to worry about a delivery fee. All you really have to do is tip. Because I usually order my groceries through DoorDash because they give like 30% off coupons. But Amazon, the stuff is like regular store prices, even lower. I guess they can afford to do that. I was shocked. Shot! Shot! So we just put some salt in this water for the yams. Yes, I am a night owl, but I'm selling dinners this weekend. Alright, well that's boiling. Let's unpack the groceries. So we got the greens. I don't want to soak these yet. Should I soak these so I can clean them? No, I have to rinse the potatoes. I'll put this inside right now. Alright. Let me calm down. I'm gonna freeze the rest of these turkey butts. You selling dinners? Or you're a night person? I know the cat is not bothering me at 4:21 a.m. I know you ain't lost your mind like that. You hear this girl? Don't run. Let's put these in here. Yep. Freeze these. Put a bird date on this. Be quiet. Here I come. You gonna have to wait. So the first thing I noticed is cornbread. Honey cornbread. The first thing I noticed about Amazon Fresh, usually this in the market is like $5 and up. Especially this brand Handy Foil. This was less than $3 on Amazon Prime. Fresh, whatever it's called. And I ordered this stuff at like 2 o'clock and it came at 4. Oh, there's another one. This was only $2 and you get 2 of them and it has lids. Do you know how much these cost at the store? These $1.87. My French onion mix. These were less than $3. They're like $3.99 in the store. How about your Tinas? Look at these. Meal prep, 20 $10. I don't know if I'm using these. I got these as a backup because I have a restaurant depot order at 8 o'clock. But I might just keep these just to have, I don't know, $10. Meal prepping. This was $2. Now this is really flimsy, so I'll use this for something. I should have got two of these so I could double them up, but not important. This $3. 97 cents. You have to wait. These fish fry, $2, like two something. These are $3.99 easily in the store. Louisiana hot sauce. This is about $3. Oh my God. The cans of soup, cream of chicken. These were not even $2. The Campbell soup is not even $2. Evaporated milk. I think this is like two something. I'm not shopping at the market anymore. These, do yourself a favor. If you can cook or if you cannot cook, get you some grill mates, Montreal grill mates. Like this one, like I said, all it really, don't be fooled by the name. It has garlic, black pepper, red pepper, onion, and it has real garlic in it. When you put it on there, the garlic will plump back up. I wouldn't put it on fried chicken. I will put it on baked chicken. This is actually the only seasoning I use in my greens. The garlic plumps right back up. This is good for grilled chicken, garlic and herb. I got Montreal chicken. It's a different kind of flavoring for your chicken. Pineapple teriyaki. What else we got here? I already got this. I don't need to order. But for $1.97, you need to stock up. I got all kinds of flavors. Hot pepper blackened. I got Cajun stuff, Louisiana Cajun. Do yourself a favor. Grab you some of these Brazilian steakhouse. You put this on your steak and broil it when you're making the fried chicken. Today, now, I'm prepping everything now. I'm cooking today and tomorrow. And I will be live most of the time. So I'm going to be hopping on and off of YouTube because we can't watch the shows that we want to watch on YouTube. Like, while stuff is cooking, I don't want to just have y'all looking at air or whatever. So we watch stuff. We were just watching The Gilded Age. I'm going to listen to the Joe Budden podcast when it comes up. Did it come out yet? Hold on. Not yet. Maybe around 6. Alright, remove some of this stuff. These sweet potatoes were only, I want to say $3. You would pay $6.99 at least at the market for some sweet potatoes. Are these organic ones? I hope that you won't tell me one. This was $7 for a whole brick. Bread for the fish, more stove top, more onion, fresh onion dip, rest of my yams, got 3 things of yams, another pan, 2 of them actually, for $2. This chicken was only $2.29 a pound for four, let's say 5 pounds. So probably like 10, like old prices, $10, $12 for some chicken wings. That's good. Refrigerator. Got eggs. Egg for $2. Celery, $2. Butter, $3. Cracker Barrel cheese, $3 for Cracker Barrel cheese. Are you kidding me? Turkey sausage for my stuffing, more butter, more cheese, $3, $3.29. More cheese, Cracker Barrel, Cracker Barrel. Then I got some of their cheese. Their cheese is like $1 something. These should have got more of these. And that is my Amazon haul. I am impressed. This is like $100. The tip was $7. It's like $110. All right, so let's check on the pot liquor. I just want to make sure see how I told you with the Montreal steak, how the garlic plumps back up. I don't know if you can really see it in there. And these are soft, and when these fall off the bone, start falling off the bone, then they're ready to come out. Oh, that's gonna be good. Alright, I'm gonna rinse these yams. I have to go to 7-Eleven too. So I'm gonna put the yams in and then we're gonna go to the store. The green soup while we go to the store. Need some water. butter in the fridge. So rinse these and stab them. Cook better, faster. Now these aren't the prettiest ones, but they'll have to do. Put a hole through it so they cook. I might need 2 pots. Watch this. Some of these, I'll put the big ones first. I'll put the smaller ones later. Here's got the big stuff in there. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna overflow it. My cup overflowed 100. taking the small ones out because they will cook much faster than the big ones. So we're gonna get the biggest one in there. We'll go from there. See if I can fit 3 more in there. Or 2. What? It's taller or it's smaller? Let's see something. Look, the fat goes on the bottom. Whew, much better. Now I'm gonna turn this down some so it can simmer. If you cook it high like that, all of the liquid will evaporate. But like I said, with this, the onions I put in, they're already down there. They're translucent and they will disappear and become a part of the stock that we're going to cook our greens in. This is a disgrace. Why would they give anybody a turkey but this small? Let's do the meat side down. The bone side up. I can't really see. Meat side. Meat side down. This one I think we're going to keep flipping this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse these off because I want to soak the greens. Then we're going to go to the store. Uh-huh. Put it in that pot. I have one, three bunches of kale. I can cut the stem. Big stem down here. I don't like this yellow one. I'll throw it away immediately. Yellow one can go. No yellow green. Oh, yeah. So this is one, two, yeah, I used to like to buy the biggest greens, the leaves I could get. And then this lady, old lady in the market said, "Oh, baby, don't buy the big ones. They're bitter. They're old. They like the, they like the grandmoms of the greens. Get the smaller ones. They're more tender." And she was right. So I have a mix of both. One, two, like 3 and 6, basically. vinegar in here. Why does the water feel warm? Put some ice in here. Why the water feels so warm? This before we go to the store. put some more water in there because it's disappearing. And it's getting tender. It's not fall off the bone yet, but it's getting there. Let's see. Onions are getting there gone. Put a whole onion in there. Can't tell. I'm gonna put some more water in there. Just so it doesn't dry up while we're at the store. Check it. Actually, there's one. I'm gonna put another bouillon cube in here. All the flavor. All of the flavor. Alright. They're cooked. This thing is so big. All the meat down here. All the meat up here. And like the song, you still with us? That was some really great deals, and it came really fast too. I'm going to walk to the store. I'm surprised the pot ain't up yet. But that would be nice to listen to. Not up here.
Nicole, Travis Kelsey's ex, went on Angel Reese's podcast and was asked if her and Travis Kelsey really broke up because he would make her split 50-50 on the bills. Her response was, "Do I look like anybody that would split anything?" And she said, "No, this is the question. Do I look like I would go 50-50 on the bills?" Angel Reese said no. And then Kayla said, "Okay, so yeah, was ridiculous." So just out of curiosity, do y'all think man and a woman should split 50-50? And then what do you think about her answer to the question?
Wait, this is problematic. This is very problematic. I couldn't wait. Mo, she triggered me. I feel triggered right now, you know? And I'm just joking, but seriously. If they're not married, my mother taught me that taught my sisters, if you go on a date with a guy, you should That's an old school rule
I
that they
can't
used to
hear it.
tell people so you're not taken advantage of.
I
When you
can't hear
begin to
anything.
lean too much on a guy, then you become subject to everything that he wants to do, even if that's not what you want to do. And that's putting yourself in a compromising position. So I know sometimes people think they're so beautiful you should pay for everything. But I think if you're not married, you should be willing and
I don't know if
able
this
to
is what
cover
I
your
want
own
to
bill.
do.
Not that you have to, but you should be able to pay your own bill because you shouldn't ask anyone to do something for you that you can't do for yourself.
Face crack when Pinky Cole said, "Okay, Michelle, are you and Shamia good?" Shamia was like, "What? No, we're good. We're good. Are you, Shamia? Are you?" I don't know, girl. They've been plotting. It backfired. Let's talk about it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Exactly Kelly podcast. Today, we're going to talk about Shamia. Shamia has had quite a couple weeks here. I've seen a lot of clips. I watched the Carlos King interview. Carlos King interview. Carlos King interview. She has done a lot of interviews herself.
All right, and tonight,
just reality shows. Don't get me wrong. I hate when love is the prize because it's not. And I know, love.
Cousins, head over to DCMWG.com, the new home of everything Demona, and click on the subscribe.
nobody wins when the family feels.
Clean out this camera and shit. Yeah. I think that's good. Yeah. I'm trying to get this light on. Okay. All right, so we're good. We're good. Hey y'all, come on up in here. I know it's late. Come on, I'm supposed to be resting. Come on, winos. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on up in here. I'll just wait.
I'm gonna stop at Whole Foods.
Hey y'all. Hey. I know. Sorry to scare y'all like this. How y'all doing? Nobody's dead. I want to say that nobody's dead. Okay? Nobody's dead.
All right,
All
girl.
right. You said I must got some hot tea. Well, I got some hot tea. No, nobody's dead. How I'm feeling? I'm feeling better. Got me an iron infusion today. And it took a minute for it to work. And I was popped up with some energy. It worked fast. I took y'all recommendation on this. Yep. Somebody came to my house and gave me an iron infusion. Yes, they did. So I'm getting there. I'll be ready on Monday. I know y'all can see it in my eyes. I'll be ready on Monday. Hold on for a second. Tasha, you what? Hold on. Do you eat ice? I stay craving it. Yeah, and you know what's so funny is when I almost had like my faint spell the other day, I was like, give me ice, give me ice, give me ice. And then when I got my blood work back yesterday, iron. Who knew? Who knew? Okay. You found me some good venues in Oklahoma City. I'm gonna get my rest. But guys, listen. So I'm not gonna assume anything or put out anything negative or I'm not going to assume anything. What I'm gonna say is I'm making this video to say that whatever is going on with YouTube's Black Royalty, Lovely T, I just wanna send genuine, heartfelt prayers
her way. I don't know what's going on. I've made a couple calls to people who have, who's in contact with her, and, she's not answering the phone for them either, and that's unusual. And regardless of what has happened in the past, is the past. Is the past. And I know I was the worst person to her because of how I felt, you know. I cannot turn that around. I cannot fix that. It happened. It was a part of my journey. It was a part of my life lessons. And if I could change things, of course, being the age that I am now versus 34 when I came into this game, of course I would have handled it different.
Tarsha, what are you talking
Whatever
about?
happened between her and I happened.
I say Tarsha.
I deeply want to
Tarsha,
sincerely say I apologize.
you don't even know what happened,
Sometimes
girl.
it does shit like this for you to just wake up and be like, what is life really about? Like, is it really that serious? And she is a mother. She is a great mother. She has literally, if you've been on YouTube for as long as I've been on YouTube, as long as she's been on YouTube, we all know there would be, there wouldn't even be this sector. There wouldn't even, I don't even think there would be a me, because she played a part in that too. She inspired me in many ways. She is our YouTube Black royalty. She was on YouTube before YouTube started paying Black people. I don't know if she's not answering for her loved one. I'm not even trying to assume anything detrimental has happened. I don't know. I'm not even going to assume, but all I'm going to say is that life is short. Life is precious. She has children. And I feel like more positive, powerful energy we send her way, people gain strength through that, and they can overcome anything. So I just want to take a moment out to use, our platform, our voices, our love, my family's love. And my husband was like, we got to, he was like, we got to figure out a way to get in contact with her. So we was calling everybody, and we didn't get a response. So I was just like, well, let me go here. Gosh, I don't know what's wrong. I want to know. I want everything to be right, and I just want us to pray for her. We don't even need to know what's wrong. We don't even need to know what's wrong to pray for somebody, to send them positive healing energies. It's really not our business. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so that's just what I want us to do right now. So T, I'm sorry. Deeply, if I could change how the things I've said about you, the things I've did to you, I would wholeheartedly change that. Like I said, the past is the past. I have severely grown up. I grew in this because of you. She hasn't posted in almost a month and a half, 2 months. That's unusual for her because I still watch the channel. But I didn't think anything of it because she was posting her regular social media posts, whereas you update people on news or whatnot. So I figured that, it's her social media team. So she is, she's good. But then, there's been some rumors going around that, there's been some challenges. I don't know what those challenges are. I'm not going to assume. I'm not going to speak anything over her life. But all I'm going to say is that I want her to pull through. I'm asking God to help her pull her through. not only for herself, but for her kids and for the millions and billions of people that love her, that have watched her.
You're not gonna tell us what happened.
So that's all I want to say. Okay. And so if you guys can just, go to her Instagram, show her some love, give her your prayers. Same way y'all be praying for me. That shit works. That shit works. Her YouTube.
So we open with Kenya package, and they're working on it. They're in counseling. How you in counseling when you can't even quarantine together? I smell a lie. Mark did a complete 360. So you mean he came right back around to where he started from? It's a 180. A 180. Oh, Andy said, well, he's in New York. Are you having virtual therapy? He said, I know where your husband is more than you do. Backpedaling, pussy pop. Backpedaling, pussy pop. Kenya can't keep her lies straight. 1 minute, he was entertaining cheating on you at the beginning of the marriage, but now with some old woman, some old girlfriend who was texting him begging for the sex. But, well, I mean, you're also begging for the sex. But you was making it seem like he was actively in Chitete. Now all of a sudden it's some heifer from the past who's just begging for the dick. What is the truth, Kenya? What is the truth? He didn't tell anyone he was getting married, of course, because you're an embarrassment and a great source of shame for him. That's why you can't speak to his parents. Kenya said if something happens that I don't like, I address it after the cameras stop rolling. How? Mark flits his ass back up to New York. You ain't got time to address shit with a man who don't fuck with you. And I'm sorry, the way Mark treats you on camera, he ain't listening to an ounce of your lip or a droplet of your garbage. He don't give a fuck what you got to say. I couldn't imagine being married to a man that didn't give a shit what I had to say. You really are pathetic and desperate. You need to pick a struggle. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now she pulling out a glycerin tear because she at home. Honey, you got a big old jar of vapor rub right next to you. When it comes to my family, when it comes to your lies and your plot line, I don't even think that's Brooklyn's daddy. Where'd you get that sperm from? Thief. Stop having at a dry eye. Okay, so somebody says, since you've been such a piece of shit to everybody else's marriage, do you think it's karma that now your asshole has come home to roost? After all, you went after Phaedra's marriage, Tanya's marriage, Kim Fields' marriage. You'd fuck up Carly Red's relationship if she could find a man. But she can't either. Neither can Vivica. Now, Portia, you know you were that man's beard, so you can't get mad at Kenya for calling out a simple truth, a universal truth. An inconvenient truth. How many times did you fuck that faggot? I want to know, how many times did you have sex? How many times did he top you or you top him? Inquiring minds want to know, since you're going to bring it up with Kenya or Kenyuk. Kenya, you talked about everybody's relationship while you were a manless, hopeless, desperate, ditch-dwelling heifer. Now, I can't even call this a piece of a man. You got some type of, zip car of a husband, a 2-day out the month ass husband, and everybody's coming for your sham of a marriage. Take it on the chin. Grow up. Nobody's believing your lies or your bullshit. Candy said, can I say something? I don't know. I don't really want to look at your tacky outfit, but go ahead. So Nene said, look, I ain't apologizing. I don't think Kenya used her egg, and fuck her. Fuck her. I stand with Nene. Everybody can get out here and say, I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor. They say you've got a broken heart, and run with it. Well, I heard, Kenya was able to hear from the cookie lady. She heard. So you know what, Nene? Fist pump of righteousness for you. And then Eva, that's so becoming of a grandmother. As a heifer with no plot line, and as a heifer who just got out of being homeless, I would try to bring something more than an insult to Nene. like a plot line or an attractive husband. Okay, so now Nene and Eva are going at it. All you can talk about is Top Model, and all you could talk about is your 2 minutes on TV with Ryan Murphy. Child, he normally keeps his actors working, but he dropped you like the bad habit you are. Nene, you want to be all respect your elders, but respect your titties and put them up. How you an elder with your nipples hanging out? Please, looking like an old cow, a true heifer, with a sagging udder. Oh, Andy muted Nene when she was saying, you were licking bottoms to stay on top. Look, if she wanted to eat some coochie to keep her career going, that's her business. Please. You couldn't keep your career going off of talent because you don't have much. Maybe you have a thimbleful, but that's about it. And I've seen that on your YouTube show. You need these other ladies to literally hoist you up on their backs and carry you. And that is a wide and heavy load. I don't know how Candy does it. Kenya gonna say, well, we know Nene's kids is Nene's kids because they look just like her. Kenya, you're lying. Nene don't look like Nene no more. Nene got 4 new faces. Every morning, Nene wakes up and she's like, what head do I want to wear today? Like Microsoft, where do you want to go today? What head is she going to put on? Nene's kids don't look nothing like her because Nene don't look like Nene. But Nene's kids are ugly, grown and ugly. Even said, Nene, you didn't have shit to say for 6 months. And that was the read of the episode so far.
Uh-oh. Another Game of Thrones spinoff? Brandon Marshall. Tammy and Mia are fighting? Clyde was terrified?
You having a bad stitch somewhere?
That's why a lot of this stuff had to. Everybody get to talk about some of the topics throughout the week. What's been going on in general? But you know, Mr. Clyde been the topic of this week. Clyde Davis, for those who don't get it, a lot of y'all already know already. But let's just jump into it. Clyde Davis was reportedly terrified of what Diddy might reveal. Now, a lot of y'all already heard this. I already been seeing, like when Diddy was walking, there was a lot of stuff going on. The camera people, they rolled up on Clyde when he was alive, asked him about Diddy. He walked away. He didn't say nothing. So now you see it's coming out that allegedly he was terrified. Also, yes, it is a lot of industry insiders. They talking now. But yeah, man, it said he was scared over that Diddy stuff because he knows that it all goes back to him. You get it? So out of all the things the diddler was accused of, something else too, y'all. A lot of this had to be dealt with a certain way. A lot of companies was tied in with this stuff. Because if anything he's accused of, any company he worked for or worked with, they were subject to be sued. That's why a lot of this stuff had to get packed up quick. For decades, Clyde Davis was regarded as one of the most powerful figures.
All right, I'm about to walk to 7-Eleven. Y'all want to listen to this or the rest of the last pod we were listening to? Joe Button. Let me see what other podcasts are out. Did y'all listen to the read? Let's see, Bros. The Valley, Love Island, In the City, Next Gen. Oh, they did Next Gen. The Housewives of Atlanta. They did Real Housewives of Atlanta. We can listen to that. Let's see if it's on the YouTube page. Your Mother Loves Turkey Tails. Because they have just the right amount of fat in them. Do you already see this?
This episode featured one of my very favorite pastimes, and that's watching Bravo Lebs do anything athletic. I just simply love it.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. But this one did have a first. I have never seen a Bravo celebrity or a housewife wear stilettos to go play any sports or do really any physical activity. I mean, we thought the new move was wearing those moon shoes that we saw up in Rhode Island. Apparently, it's wearing stilettos to go play basketball on a hard court.
My favorite thing about the moon boots in Rhode Island is we called them moon boots. And then somebody was in our comments very upset that we called them moon boots. They're not moon boots. They're this. Only to have Rosie say, "Where's your moon boots?" on the show. So,
yeah.
Sucking nerds.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
As there's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos, it will be.
Oh, man, it's 8 o'clock.
And so that'll make it a.
I don't need the spotlight. I shine just fine.
Hi, I'm Karma, and yes, I am a bitch.
Brav Bros.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Brav Bros, your favorite podcast from the bros for everybody, for whoever wants to listen. I am your co-host, Steele Russell, joined as always by the one and only Shooter Magooter. What's up, dude?
Not a whole lot. We're weathering the storm over here. We're getting absolutely blasted. Steel just lost power.
Do you see the rain on my shirt?
Well, the funny thing is, France and Iraq are playing down in Lincoln Financial today. Or I'm sorry, Philadelphia Stadium for the World Cup. And they are just getting dumped on right now. So that's kind of funny. The rest of it is very inconvenient.
That would be a fun game to see, though, if you're down there in person. When it's like not cold out and raining, and to watch any athletic event, I thoroughly enjoy that. But I will say, watching all of the countries like celebrating throughout Philly has been fucking awesome. Like Iraq went to the stairs at the art museum, showed up. That was cool as shit. And then who else? Haiti was partying with, who did they play? Brazil.
Haiti was playing Brazil. Yes, on Friday night.
That was awesome. It's just like the vibes downtown right now are fucking electric. It's
fantastic. The best part of it is that the put your jersey on the Rocky statue thing, the curse, has now gone international because I believe Ecuador did it last week and they ended up tying a match that they should have actually won. So now everybody knows, and the Brazil fans were out in full force last week with signs that said, "Do not put our jersey up there." And now other people are trying to reverse curse by putting their opponent's jersey on the Rocky statue. So it's really great. It's really great publicity for Philadelphia.
Yeah. If you weren't aware, any football team that has put their jersey, or I guess any team in general, when opposing teams come to Philly and put their jersey on Rocky, they lose every single time. Nothing makes me happier to know that that's gone international. Good for us.
Yeah, it's really good for us. This World Cup has been fantastic for Philly.
Hell yeah, brother. But we're not here to talk football. We're here to talk Atlanta. And I liked this episode. This was solid. I surprisingly liked Kelly in this episode. Not liked, but tolerated, I guess. I appreciated the fact that we wouldn't get a lot of housewives going to a financial advisor and talk about how much money they don't have. So I will give her credit for that.
No. That's the thing that I think that we've been kind of pressing on for a while is we don't really care about the Kelly scenes because they're very inauthentic. At least up until this point, they were very inauthentic. She was acting like she was making money. She had that scene early on when they were down in Nashville or when they were down in Dallas, talking to Pinky about, being self-made and having all this money. And then she was going through it. So I'd rather the transparency. Like, this is not a big, like, I told you so moment. This is not a laugh moment. This is I think we both appreciated seeing that, because it is obviously a shell shock. And this is not what we typically drone on about, where we want rich housewives all the time. She was very clearly wealthy. She was very clearly getting money hand over fist and then spending it on a lot of shit that we like to see for a housewife. And now she's going through a downturn, but she's being open about it with this financial advisor. So that kind of puts a big spin on things, where it sort of closes the door on all of our ill feelings towards Kelly for that anyway. Yep. The other things that she gets along with Shamia, that's, slowly coming to an end, because she is somewhat mending fences with a lot of people on the cast, which is good. So I'm okay with Kelly right now.
Yep. Same. But let's just jump into this episode, because we start out with Angela and Cynthia, and this sets up the basketball thing that we're going to do later. But I think the bigger takeaway, just kind of throughout the episode and throughout the season in general, because they talk about Shamia, and we're going to see her at the very end crying in her confessional, saying that nobody wants her in the friend group and nobody likes her, and she just wants to squash things and move on, which is outrageous. But the point being, these scenes, and then you look back throughout the season, she has beef with so many people, but the beef is so very trivial with so many people. And then she wonders why she's on the outs. It's like, you stick your nose into everyone else's shit and have a comment or an opinion about it. They get wind of it. They don't like it. They bring it up to you. You make a hard left turn, and then you say some shit about their husbands or something. And then you wonder why people don't like you.
Yeah, she puts her nose in other people's business and then tells everybody that she can't breathe. How about that?
Yeah.
Like that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're coming up a lot of
really
good phrases these days.
We really are. And they're all just
with
like
body
so
parts.
derivative. They're so derivative of a very obvious phrase that we keep using over and over. But look, that's evolution. That's evolution at its finest. Get Darwin on the horn and he'll tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree with you. And that's what we've been trying to move away from with Shamia. But the good thing is there is a flip side to the whole thing. We're tired of seeing that. We're tired of it not being addressed. We're tired of it just being the elephant in the room. Then we go on a trip and everybody's kind of talking about it. And then Shamia inserts herself and then all hell breaks loose and it's just kind of annoying. If we're starting to see, and Angela is the person, and I think we even said this maybe 4 or 5 episodes ago, Angela is the person who will gather you, who will get to a point where it's like, okay, this is what you're doing. And now I'm getting information from other people. And we see Pinky later in the episode step right into it, which I love to see from Pinky.
Yeah,
Pinky
great.
has really come back in a big way. She is great now. I think that's sort of the root of everything is what Shamia does. Like, she wants to be everybody's friend, but she doesn't really know how to be everybody's friend without talking shit on somebody else, which then gets her into the middle of things. And then she starts asking why she's here. It doesn't really make any sense, but that is sort of the journey that she goes through with individual friendships. So it's tough to watch when it goes completely unaddressed because people just don't care. But we're getting into the thick of the season. We're getting to the point where we're about to go on a trip. So we know that this is when things really start to gear up. If Angela is the person at the helm and she's sitting with Cynthia and Cynthia is agreeing full force, that is a very good sign because we can finally have a sit down. And I know Angela was on Watch What Happens Live talking about how she's been trying to mend the friendship and figure out where her and Shamia can go. And she just kind of at the end of the day was like, we just can't get along because every time that we hang out, like we went on vacation with our husbands and all she did was just talk shit about Portia the whole time, which shady to say on Watch What Happens Live because it's going to get back to Portia. But at the same time, I do think it's true. I mean, you can't tell me it's not true because every time that Shamia defends herself or says that she doesn't feel any type of way about Portia, she then goes to somebody else, i.e. Kelly, and starts talking about Portia. So it's like, okay, no, all of that does add up. So I get it.
Yeah. And the thing with Angela and why she's so great and why we love her so much, one, she will read you to filth, but two, she doesn't harbor resentment. Like she doesn't want to have these long drawn out feuds with people. Like she wants to squash it, but she's also very pragmatic and realistic. And she will match your energy every time. And she deserves a medal for that because literally whatever you come into the convo with, that's where she's going to meet you. So if you come in hot, she's going to be hot. If you come in like, hey, let's figure this out, she'll try to figure it out. So watching this beginning scene, set everything up, I was very curious if it was going to be that kind of episode with Shamia, like trying to squash things. But I think you said it perfectly. Like, she doesn't know how to be a friend without dragging somebody. And I think that's just such an easy way to relate to people. And it's the lazy way to relate to people. But I definitely think that has a lot to do with why she gets into so many issues. That was a good call. Yeah. But let's go to Portia and Miss Diane. And I believe that this is Portia's old house and her mom's staying there. And they're getting ready to sell this house finally. So she got a little more equity. She's walking through like the whole business. That's how rich people get richer, is you take the equity out of your home and invest it again. Then you don't actually use your actual money. And you don't have to pay taxes on loans. So we'll get there one day. You and I.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we'll just be taking out loans left and right. That won't end badly.
We'll declare bankruptcy and all that.
Yeah, it'll be fun. But they're talking about Dennis and all that bullshit with the ring box again. And I do feel for her. Like, that again was such a weird thing. And I didn't even think about it from the aspect of, she's like, well, I can't choose you. I can't choose Mike, and I can't choose Sway.
Right.
I didn't think that was even an option. I was like, oh, I guess that was kind of a factor if he wanted to get back with Dennis. But here's my question for you. She's going with I'm single as a Pringle. I'm dating casually. I'm having fun. The conversations that we've heard from her with her partners don't seem casual and like lighthearted. Like, you're talking about kids, you're talking about marriage, you're talking about futures, you're trying to figure out who you want to have that future with based on children, because Sway will carry the child. Mike wants a child that you would have to carry. That doesn't sound like you're just like ho-hum dating to me.
Yeah, I think it's just the difference between how she would like to be portrayed, which is this carefree single, and who she actually is, which is a lover girl. I mean, that's kind of what she is. She just falls in very thick, and we've seen that now for a very long time. So I don't really care. It's just kind of funny that she goes to her confessional to say that, because that's usually when she actually speaks the truth. It's when she's in a scene with somebody, either in her family, if she's with Lauren or her mom, or maybe she's sitting down with somebody on the cast talking about it. It's like, okay, no. You're just trying to keep it as surface level as possible and play up like you're this person who doesn't really care, and you're so happy that you're choosing you first. It's like, you are still choosing you first, which I think is fine by dating both Big Mike and Sway. So it's not really that big of a deal. You don't really have to split hairs, but I think she just wants to come off as like, hey, look at me, guys. I'm finally doing what you guys all told me to do. Yeah, which is what everybody in my inner circle has told me to do for a while. Like, hey, you're Portia, go out and date and have fun and enjoy yourself. Don't worry about all of those things. And I think she probably did try that, but then she ended up with Mike and Sway. And now she has a tough decision to make, which I think the decision has been made by this point. But either way, I do think it's very funny that she's trying to be like, yeah, I'm just gotta go with the flow. I like to be able to just come home. You can't come in for a nightcap. I'm going to bed, taking my wig off and passing gas. That's what I'm doing. It's like, no, you're actually going in and sitting down. You're also probably not having sex. You're just sitting there and talking about your 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, and 20-year plan, which is also fine. But you don't have to do all that.
No, exactly. I just thought it was funny. But she talks about the cast trip too. Again, the goal seems to be to try to get this group back together and repair some of the fractures, which I feel like we are doing. We're definitely getting to a better place. We were really fractured 3-4 episodes ago. Like, we didn't really have a direction. Now we're kind of locking in. Things are looking up. But let's get to Kelly and Johnny, the financial planner. We're going to have a hard conversation about your budget and your finances. And I was like, sure. They did. I was actually impressed. We went through, okay, what's your payments every month? It's like $2,000 car payment, which is insane. $600 for insurance, which is also insane. Beauty and makeup, $2,500. That one expected. Hair was around $3,000. Shopping, $8.5, which lands us around $22,000 per month, which seems like a lot of money to me. I don't know. But they're talking about, reeling it in, dialing it back a little bit. And again, I have to give her credit here, because we've wanted authenticity. We got it this scene. But more than that, the pride that most housewives have, that most people, honestly, would not do this on TV. So I actually really appreciated and respected this move, because I didn't expect it. I thought this was going to be like blowing smoke up our ass. She didn't. She was honest, and I think that deserves a tip of the cap.
Yeah, it really does. I think the big note for me is what I would typically expect Kelly to do going into this conversation is almost gloat about how much money she spends a month. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's way more than that, honey. It's like, nope. You're sitting down with your financial advisor. He's trying to make sure that you don't go broke because you're declaring bankruptcy and because your new Nana's Chicken and Waffles location is not doing well. So you need to figure some shit out. And you're technically homeless. I mean, let's talk to Alicia about that.
Yeah,
But
Alicia would say
right
you're
now,
homeless.
you don't have a home to call your own, which, brings in the idea of renting versus owning. Am I homeless? Oh boy.
You could argue that you're homeless.
You could argue. You could definitely argue.
But
I
have a house, but I'm broke. So like, what's the
your house broke? But yeah, I mean, all of those things aside, like it's just a very different conversation than what we're used to. I thought that she was pretty open about it. Obviously, it was very uncomfortable, which again, seeing Kelly up until this point, actually seeing her in an uncomfortable situation, going through this and like kind of like, I don't want to say like bringing down her walls, but telling the truth and being uncomfortable about it and listening to this financial advisor who we hadn't met before, it was kind of comforting in a way. And again, like we always talk about wanting rich housewives. This I'm okay with because I'd rather do this than have her act like she's rich. And then we find out in the press in the off season that she declared bankruptcy once again, or she had to sell something or whatever it might be. Then it gets back to us and it's like, okay, so all the things you did the season prior are just complete and utter bullshit. You've actually been broke the whole time and you're trying to play it up like you're not.
My favorite part was her rationalizing starting a business and like the purpose of her life. She's like,
yeah,
what if the purpose isn't starting a business? Maybe the purpose is to start your life over. It's like, oh, that's a way to look at it. Definitely a way to look at it.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, dude. But let's get to K. Michelle, who is meeting with her doctor to try to figure out. Obviously, we know she had the butt implant gone wrong and now there's scarring. She's trying to figure out how to get everything back together. And I appreciate the doctor being like, yeah, probably no more implants. Like, we could do this, we could do that. But I'll give her credit too, because, we obviously had a up and down time with K. Michelle since she's been on this show. But I will say again, authenticity deserves credit. And her sharing this journey of her botched surgery is also something we wouldn't normally see in the Housewives realm. So I have to give her credit too. Just not much happens from this scene, but I will say I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's just another uncomfortable scene because you can even see her starting to shift towards maybe I do get the surgery, but a different one that'll work out well this time. It's like, no. I'm watching the rationale just kind of rattle around in your head right now. That's not going to work. And I appreciate the doctor being like, I would strongly advise against that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh, wow. You've given me a lot to think about. I feel like it's cut and dry, but
don't do it. Life. I'll ponder it. I'll ponder this one. No, just don't. Yeah, I'll think about it.
No, I'm going to get a second opinion if that's okay with you. What do you mean?
I have a funny story that kind of relates, but it's kind of a bummer. So, whatever. When I was in the hospital with cirrhosis, just to let you guys know that I've always been this guy. I was always in there somewhere because the doctor was draining fluid out of my stomach. And he's like, that's when he told me we haven't seen this kind of liver damage in anybody under the age of 65, to which I replied, anything worth doing is worth doing right. To which he replied, you're dying. He shut me down real quick. He didn't think it was funny.
So you could say I'm the clubhouse leader.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, you're dying. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Doc.
Can you give me a call if somebody comes in with worse cirrhosis? I just want to know. I have a plaque at home.
Worst liver in Philly. Thank you very much. But anyway, Angela and Amari are getting together. And we heard last week about Angela thinking that Amari needs to tell her siblings about being married and not telling them. And obviously it's a layered discussion because she is married to a woman. And I think that's what Angela is alluding to more so than the secret marriage, but she keeps saying it as though it's about the secret part of it. I don't know. The way that she discusses this topic, I have some questions about. And I don't love the phrasing that she uses with this kind of discussion.
She, at least in this scene and a little bit in the scene towards the end, it does seem like she doesn't really get it. But one thing I will say, and I don't know if this was Angela or Amari, giving Amari confessionals was incredibly important for this.
I agreed. I
Because
actually really appreciated it.
rather than just hearing Angela's side of it and watching that very uncomfortable scene where it's clear to me that Angela doesn't really understand it. She doesn't get the nuances and she's trying to work through it, but she's just getting frustrated. And I feel like that might just have been their relationship, like pretty much for all of Amari's life. I think that deep down, she just simply doesn't get it, but she's not admitting that she doesn't get it. And she just wants it all to be over with. So giving Amari those confessionals does a lot. And again, I don't know if Angela just gave it an okay or said, you know what, why don't you give a confessional so that like you can just give your side of it without me being there. I feel like that might be important. Or if Amari was like, hey, I'm an adult, let me get a confessional so I can explain my side of it in a very, clear cut and dry way so people will understand where I'm coming from. Either way, I don't care. I'm just saying that it was very important for this scene as a whole, for the show as a whole, to have Amari be able to say her side of it because it gives that perspective that Angela's already missing. But she's also giving a perspective that she's not able to tell Angela very clearly, which again, maybe they do need more family therapy for mother-daughter stuff, whatever it might be. But I appreciated it personally.
I did too. And I think another thing is she was very composed. Like we might see a housewife in the making here should she decide to go that route, because I thought she did a great job. But yeah, I think you nailed it. Like I do think that there's nuance to this discussion, obviously. And it just seems like it's kind of going over Angela's head. And that's kind of what I got from Amari and saying, like, you don't see my point of view. Like, you're not understanding what I'm saying. And she's like, yes, I do. I totally get your point of view. It's like,
you
don't. But the fact that Amari's not, jumping down her throat and willing to try to get to that place, despite Angela being kind of hard-headed here and not really giving and saying, you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You want to be a grown-up, but then you want to be a kid at home. All that stuff. It just seems to me like we're missing each other. They're just not on the same page, and they're incapable of articulating how both of them feel about the topic. So
1,000%. And this is not a damning conversation.
No.
And I'm happy it's not, because I could have seen it going that way pretty clearly based on what she was talking about last week with her brother. I'm like, this could be a lot different of a conversation. It could go the wrong way. And that would be really messy because obviously we really love Angela. But I think that this is as clear of a potential learning moment as possible. And I do think that the majority of it is really just the baggage on top. It's the mother-daughter stuff. It's them not really seeing eye to eye with a lot of things. I'm sure there's a lot more that they're not really talking about, which is their prerogative. Do whatever you want on the show. But I think underneath of all of that is where this meets and where Amari is and how she can explain to Angela what's going on and how Angela can understand. So I do think they can dig through all of that. And then finally they can find that sort of perspective where they can see eye to eye finally on something like this. So definitely a learning experience for her.
Yeah. And I will say, I do appreciate, like, it always comes back for Angela. She always gets back to the point where it's like, she's my daughter. I love her. I want to be able to like figure this whole thing out. So that's important. But it also doesn't matter because Avon heard the whole conversation. So he knows now. So you can just tell him.
At this point, it's like, wait, who's married? What's going on?
Oh my God. Huh? But moving right along, we get to Portia and Drew. We're having some chicken wings in a chat. My question for you before we even get into this, how do you chicken wing? First of all, flats or drums?
Flats.
Flats always. How do you eat the flat?
Always flats. I do it a little differently. You might be able to classify me as a little freaky. Yeah, about that. I eat all the chicken and then I kind of rip it on the ends, but then I like probably put my tongue through the two the two pieces of bone and then pop out the chicken and then eat that chicken from the other side.
Okay.
Eat it from the back, if you will.
Okay. Great. Thank you for all of that.
You're welcome.
I do the twist and pull. You hold the bottom, you twist the meat.
Fucking chubby checker over here.
Pull it. And then you get like a boneless wing, but it has the flavor of a bone-in wing. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whatever the fuck you said.
Yeah,
Ugh.
the chubby checker thing go over your head, or you just don't like me right now.
That one went over my head. But if we sat here and talked it out, I think I could get there. But no, you threw me off with the. I don't even want to repeat it.
Yeah, just give me your perspective on what I just said.
So they're eating chicken wings, and Portia's banned from Nigeria because Simon pulled her sponsorship, which I think she just doesn't have residency there anymore because she doesn't have a sponsor, but she can still go there whenever she wants, as she says.
Yeah.
But she brings up, this was interesting. I didn't see this coming. I know that they're getting along now, but she's talking about how every time Simon posts about her Go Naked, her wig company goes crazy. So she's like, I was thinking, Drew, how would you like to make some money together? And we do a Drew line. From where we were last year in that conversation about Go Naked to her getting her own line, two things. One, didn't see it coming. Two, Portia, do you know what you're doing? Do you know the power that you are handing Drew right now? Because she will hold on to this forever.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of that last year, the year prior. But one for me, and look, I'm happy that they're getting along, so I want this to work. One for me, when she says, yeah, Cynthia is going to do something with it too, it reeks of a Cynthia idea. Like, hey, why don't you bring Drew back into the fold now that you guys are good and we can try to like figure things out and kind of rebuild what we lost.
The matriarch there, yeah.
So yes, it does stink like a Cynthia plot. Two, it could also just be a Portia plot, but she's a good businesswoman. She's just using the rest of her cast to sell more money, or to make more money rather. Like, hey, let me just bring Drew into this. Like, then all the Drew people can buy my wigs too and just try to look like Drew. So it works out pretty well. She can bring anybody into the fold, but this is a better, I don't want to say fabricated, but this is a better storyline anyway.
Okay. Yeah, again, going from last year in the conversation from when Drew set up her own photo shoot for Go Naked to now her actually getting a line. Again, if things go south with those two, which they very well could, Drew's going to hold on to this literally forever. This is going to be held over your head.
But it is also funny the way that the conversation ends. I'll get my people in touch with your people. So I think what Drew appreciates is that she's doing it the right way.
That's my favorite trope. Like, you got to go through my manager and there's a process.
Yeah. We saw her team. We did see her team right afterwards. So I was so excited
when they came in at the basketball game. I wanted more moments with her team. We didn't get it. I was pretty bummed. Anyway, back to Kelly again. Like, kudos to her. We're walking through a house. It reminded me of George's house with the elevator door. And the 4 stories, but
those never work, by the way. Just throwing it out there.
I don't want to go in that. Like, imagine getting stuck in an elevator in your own house. What if you're alone?
I can't.
Like, I'm not even claustrophobic, but fuck that. Like, that would be such a bad way to die. Yeah. How'd you die? In my home elevator.
I have never heard of anybody with a home elevator with like a door like that just kind of looks like a closet door actually working 100% of the time. It always breaks down at some point.
Yeah, I don't want to. No, thanks. Not worth it. But anyway, they're talking about the house. It's a beautiful house. And she's saying, Shamia was so kind to let me stay in the townhouse, but I'm ready to move on. How much does this house cost? Well, it's $7,000 per month. So let's talk finances here. No, you can't afford this. Period.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're here.
Much, yeah.
But
why are we here?
The realtor I really liked. Like, I really appreciated the fact that she was just upfront and like cut and dry. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to rough it out for a while. Hopefully you can buy next year, but for now, no elevator. Maybe a prayer closet, and I forget what the other thing was, but definitely a prayer closet.
Yeah. Look, it's tough conversation number 2 for Kelly, but I think she handled it pretty well, at least as well as you could expect. I agree with you. Why are we even looking at this place if the realtors does stop? Look, I guess the realtor's just trying to make her commission. At the end of the day, she's like, look, I mean, if you can figure it out, go ahead and just rent this place. I don't really care that much. I guess unless you default or, you don't pay your rent. But yeah, it seemed kind of weird to be showing a $7,000 house. And then at the end of the conversation, be like, I think your budget's $4,000 a month. Okay, gotcha. See you later.
Much different type of house for $4,000. It's still nice. You get a nice apartment for $4,000.
You could probably still get that house just without the elevator.
Exactly. The interesting thing, and that's like a totally different conversation, but it's just nuts to me. Like, $4,000 in rent, you can get a mortgage for less, but you have to take out the loan, which you can't get approved for if you're declaring bankruptcy.
Yep.
It's the system fucking stinks. But anyways, let's get to Angela, Dr. Wendy, and Amari once again. Dr. Wendy, we love to see a good Bravo therapist. They're so few and far between. They pretty much non-existent. I think there's 2, and Dr. Wendy is now one of them. This was a good scene. Again, we're talking about their relationship, trying to figure out a way forward, and this kind of put I guess not the icing on the cake would be the wrong term, this confirmed what we were talking about earlier. It's just they just do not understand one another. They just don't know how to communicate. This seemed like a good scene, like a good step forward. Like maybe they can figure this whole thing out. They do need a mediator. Dr. Wendy, great job at mediating.
Yeah, that's really the only takeaway from all of this. I think it was a good first step, but I feel like instead of what most people do, where therapy was also a weird storyline of this episode because we were talking about Shamia needing therapy. But with the two of them, like obviously you want the quick fix. You just want to be able to be like, hey, how do I communicate this to my daughter? How do I communicate this to my mom? Not how it works. Let's start where it is. Figure out how to communicate anything to each other. Okay, I guess we've got some work to do. That's the takeaway. But again, important first step. And like you said, anytime we get an actual competent therapist or doctor on one of these shows or a life coach or whatever that actually gives good advice or actually reads into it, I'm not going to complain.
No, we got to sing their praises, actually. And watching them both like uncomfortably drink during this was funny too. Just like, oh boy, need the martini.
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh boy. But let's get to basketball. And very interesting bracket. We've got some ex-professional basketball players. We got Kelly and Stilettos. We got Portia showing up without a team. And nothing really happens during this. Like, it was fun to watch. Le Prince was there, which I'm always stoked when he's around. So that was fun.
Didn't get to see him play though. I don't know if he played.
I actually wish we got more gameplay. We didn't get enough gameplay.
Yeah, and we got the funny gameplay, which, you know, I guess beggars can't be choosers. We still got to see the housewives do things that were considered athletic, at least most of them. But we're not really. We need to have a discussion. We're not the target audience for these shows. We want more sports, and I feel like most of the people watching these shows are like, "Hey, I want to see what my housewives are up to." We're like, "Oh shit, let me get some gameplay. Let's really break down this last game at least." But not a lot to take away. It seemed like once again, it was almost one of those scenes that we got last week at the end of the roller rink, where it's like, "Oh wow, everybody's just getting along," and I really liked starting it off with some shady team names. Everybody seemed to be taking it in stride. K. Michelle, of course, took it in stride. I love that she immediately went over, crossed out her name, put always win, then crossed that one out and put team opportunities. So, like, it was big. It was very big across the board. I thought we were just kind of getting that until the end when we all come back together. And then that's when shit kind of hits the fan. And it was really, I think the funniest part, it was really just supposed to be a, hey, Portia and Phaedra, we're trying to throw a trip here. We're going to go to Scotland. We're going to figure everything out. We're going to do a traders trip, which I'm so excited for. But we're going to do a traders trip. It's like, okay, this is just the trip announcement. No, actually, we're all going to just kind of set our sights on what's going on with Shamia.
And that's kind of where it's laid out in front of her. Like, this is your MO. This is what gets you into hot water, because you're saying that I'm coming for your husband, Angela being the one that said that.
Yep.
But then she gives the timeline of why we got there. It's like, let's not forget, Shamia, you were the one that said that I set my husband up. You were the one that said Charles was outside. So I responded in kind. I said that you were banging the Hawks players, but you threw the first stone. Shamia seems to forget that a lot of these spats that she's in, she's the one that started them, or she was talking to somebody, and and I think it all goes back to what you said earlier. I think she's hanging with somebody, they're vibing, they're talking a little shit, she gets excited and she's like, ooh, and she talks a little shit, and then because it's housewives, that gets back to the person that she's talking shit about, and then she's like, wait, hold on, why are you being mean to me? It's like, no, dude, you do this is your fault.
Yeah. And look, I don't doubt the intention. I think that's the thing that I'm really trying to wrestle with right now. Is Shamia going to her confessional and talking about how hard it is to maintain friendships and how hard it is to make friends, and you try to, try to be friends with someone here, but the other person doesn't like them, and then you get thrown into the middle of it. I'm like, no, you're there's a piece that you're missing.
Yes.
It's that you play both sides of the field. You start talking shit to the one person, then you go out, and that's what you got called out for last year, and that's why you and Portia aren't friends. Is because you would go to Portia and just rag on all of these ladies, and then you would go to the other ladies and rag on Portia, and it got back to her. And then now you're just in hot water, but you still haven't really pieced it together that that's what's happening time and time again. There is a common denominator, and it is you. And obviously, like Angela and Cynthia said in the beginning of the episode, maybe she needs therapy to work through that. She needs to realize, like, hey, I do actually have a hand to play in all of this. I'm doing something that is making it more difficult for me to maintain these friendships. It's not just the show. It's not just that the other ladies are being shady and you can't handle it. It's that you insert yourself into situations that you really just don't have to. And that's what we wanted to see from Shamia this season. We wanted to see her take a step back, just try to relax a little bit, get along with everybody, and see where it goes. That's the way to reset. Instead, she tries to reset by just coupling up with Kelly and then pulling other people in like K. Michelle, Pinky for, a moment here, which I'm so happy that at the end of all of this, Pinky just looks like we're pretty much good. Shamia is not agreeing with anybody, but we're fine. Looking at Shamia and K. Michelle, it's like I sense a little weird vibe here. I don't know what you guys good right now. And then obviously we're reminded that Pinky and K. Michelle sat down last week, and K. Michelle did put her foot in her mouth for half a second. Oh yeah, I was friends with Shamia, and she just said, I really want to be friends with you, but all these other people, like, don't be friends with her. Why do you say that? That's exactly what we're talking about. So Pinky just taking that little nugget of information, being like, wow, there's a bit of a calm right now. Let me just throw this back in there because K. Michelle's here.
That was a veteran move. That was awesome. I love that she did it. I love that it was so nonchalant. Like, you sure you guys are good? Because that was a weird thing to say. But again, that's the issue, Shamia. That's why you get into these situations. K. Michelle would have been your best friend forever after the way the season started, and you were there for her. She didn't have anybody else. You guys leaned on each other a lot. K. Michelle definitely leaned on you, Shamia. She would have been a ride or die. But then you throw that out there. I will say again, credit to K. Michelle. She's handling things better, because that initially made her cry when she was actually with Shamia and Shamia was saying that to her, but didn't turn into like a much bigger thing. And then here in this moment, it's kind of like, she's rolling her eyes a little bit. There's another jab from Angela and she laughs that one off. So like massive progress there. But back to Shamia, it's like, this is probably the perfect example, because you and Kay had no beef at all, not even an iota. And then for some weird reason, you bring up the fact that all of these ladies in Atlanta are saying, don't be friends with her.
Yep.
Well, who does that serve? It's not helping you. It's definitely not helping K. Michelle. And now there's a weird wedge between the two of you because you weirdly brought that up unprompted. Like, why do that?
I don't know. It's like every turn she just shoots herself in the foot, and it just doesn't do her any good.
And she's talking shit with those people that are like, you shouldn't be friends with K. Michelle. She's like, oh yeah,
God,
she's definitely talking shit. So like,
she's like, oh yeah, I saw that that fish thing on Reddit a couple of years ago. I know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yep.
But let's get to some questions. I just saw Bryce and Zach looking at their penises together. That was the last night.
First one up here from Mark Mariscal. Are people actually enjoying the season? I will say it had a downturn. There were a couple episodes there. We have been well documented in saying that there was a run here where we were not very excited. But since then, I feel like it really has swung back in the right direction. I mean, you can pick and choose if you want to, but I do think it's back on the right track for being a good season. And I'm actually excited for the Scotland trip, which is kind of crazy given where we were a couple weeks ago.
I'm so excited for the Scotland trip. Yeah, I feel like the ship has been righted. I feel like we're not going to get, haymakers every single episode. I thought this was solid. I thought we saw things because we obviously watch it a little bit differently. We're looking for progress from Housewives, and we got that. It's like that gets me excited when I see Kelly being real. Like, I like that. When I see K. Michelle taking things in stride, I like that. Like, to me, that points to we're going in the right direction. So I think there's a lot of good things to take away from this episode, and I think there's a lot of good things to take away from the season. But we did have the rut. A lot of people yelled at us for saying that, but we stand on our truth. And I think we're on a good track back to this show being really good. So I'm happy with where we're at.
From Coley Murray 1, why are Shamia and Portia, or I guess, why are Shamia and Portia not telling us about the texts? I do not know. Portia's, I don't know where Portia is with the whole Shamia thing. It's very confusing because clearly she's at odds, but I think she might actually be hurt and maybe wanting, and we kind of talked about this last week, like they kind of want to mend their friendship, but they want something from the other person. They're not really talking about specifics because they don't want things out there, is my guess. I guess. I don't really know, because I feel like we've heard about the text a couple different times, and it's like, okay, there's potential evidence in here about what could have gone wrong or where you guys are, but they're not really talking about it.
That's fair. Yeah, I I think part of it, there's two things that could be happening. One, Portia just doesn't want to go back down that road because she's actually gotten to a place where she's unbothered by Shamia and doesn't want to just rehash it. Or two, and I kind of hope it's this one, she's got something in her back pocket and we might see it in Scotland and just kind of come out of nowhere and be like, boom, here's the text, and boom, this is why I waited. I don't know. But
I could definitely see the two of them like even further at odds by the end of the season. So maybe Scotland has a bit of a negative turning point.
And then we'll do one more because we have to record Rhode Island right after this from Blythe Brown. K. Michelle needs to be specific or I'm over her. I get it. I see where you're coming from. And like, especially early on when she's talking about the plot and all of that stuff. But I think we're getting baby steps in the right direction. She's come a long way from, crying at the house in Dallas a while ago to where she is now. And I think there's a very good chance that she slowly pieces this thing together and becomes a solid housewife. Like I see the route and I hope that we continue down that road. So agreed when it comes to the feuds, like it'd be nice to know a little bit more about what she's talking about. But at the same time, I'm not going to ask too much of her because she's trending positive right now.
Yeah, I think first and foremost with K. Michelle, she needs to start with not letting every little thing get to her so quickly because that's what she was doing. And then once she starts there, it'll be a lot easier for her to manage everything else. I think once you get that under control, which it looked like she did in this episode, once she can do that, then she'll be okay. And she'll be able to actually speak her thoughts out loud instead of worrying about like holding them internally.
Yeah, and I feel like the shell shock has worn off because I think when she came into this show, she was for some reason not expecting housewifery. Like she was taken aback by people going at each other and bringing up the fact that they're bagging married men and this and that. It's like, that's child's play. We've heard this every day for the last 4 years watching these shows. But I think that she's finally getting over that hump of like, okay, this is just how it goes. This is what being a housewife entails. It's a lot of shit talking, a lot of rumors, this, that, the other. So yeah, I think that she's doing fine now. I'm excited to hopefully see her continue to progress. I think Scotland, for a lot of people, and the show as a whole, is going to be very important. I think that's
it'll
going to
show
be
us
like
where
the
we
make or
are.
break. Yeah, exactly. But that's all I got. You got anything else?
Nope, all good here.
Well, that's our show. Bro, bros are out of here.
Call daddy, tell him 25. Call daddy, tell him 25. Call daddy, tell him 25.
What's good, everybody? Happy Monday.
How about the pod came on like 10 minutes ago? Of course. I wonder if can y'all hear it if I play it.
Telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interest at heart. Enjoy the show.
Y'all heard that?
Everybody's on, and he calls himself a professional. Why do y'all ever know that we're starting? Because it's 7 days out. We know start a bagel in there, a bacon, egg, and cheese. As a non-brain, we still got the fucking that dirty Diana phone case. I'm keeping this. That red shit that I told you to change. The classic gray jeans. Come on, Mark. We gotta show it. I see. No, we didn't. We're starting 22 minutes late. And really, that's 52 minutes late. It's really 52 minutes late. But it's good to see everybody. Almost everybody. So listen. Everybody here. Everybody's here. That's the thing. Yeah, everybody's here. Everybody's here. Everybody here. The audience is here. So. Yeah. Okay, that's true. The large crew is the luxury. Right. That's true. It wasn't always like this. Yeah, not at all. Yeah. First time I watched this is you. And in my head, it can always be that. So if I'm here and Parks is here, and you guys are here, we're here. Show's ready. Ish is on the way. He's here with us in spirit. We love him. We hope everything is okay. Mona called out ages ago. We love her. She's our sister. She's here with us in spirit. We hope everything is okay. And Flip is on the way. Nice. Gang be here. Don't worry about it.
You know what?
He said we got enough.
I think Mona being late all the time, I don't know if it's rubbing off on everybody or people just trying to be smart, but it's obviously having an effect on the group, a negative effect. Because now everybody's late all the time. And Joe had that shit on lock for a while. Hello, I got 2 pickup orders. That look like a slob kebab. I did them. I already ordered them. Okay. You said you want to see my phone? You got a bag? $247. It should be free. No, it's a 500. No, I get one free drink a day. It's not like that. All right, deals, redeem. Who took my points? I had 800 points yesterday. My reward. Now it's not up there. The free drink every day. Oh, you know what? I'm in the wrong account. All right, try this one. Thank you. Do you have a bag with handles? Can I pay for it? How much is it? Thank you.
Yeah, less is more. I didn't need Gang to say what I got to say about B2K. Oh, shit. I didn't need nobody for that. That was fun. I'm glad you took your take back. Word. Last episode, because I did want that back. I ain't no dummy. I got ahead of that early. Some people say things on their airwaves and they never revisit it themselves. They go home and that's just it, whatever comes with it. Not me. I go home and some of this shit lingers with me. I think about it. I'm like, oh, I said that shit. And I watch some shit from years ago and be like, ugh. Like, it's important. It's important. Boy, did they get dog walked. They got their ass whooped. I missed it, and I'm not mad that I missed it. You didn't miss it. It was a story of fireworks last night, and then we went and watched a little soccer. What was those fireworks about? They do the 4th of July fireworks early, did not compete with the big New York fireworks. That's the Astoria Park fireworks. And Hove had fireworks, too. No, he didn't. He was watching the Astoria fireworks, buddy. Hove had fireworks. No, he didn't, Freeze. Oh, and Hove was in the story. Your story, he had fireworks? Hove had fireworks. He saw fireworks. Hove was with us, man. He was in the story. All right, we just getting lines. I don't think he was in Astoria Park. I wish y'all would have been there. I was on my balcony confused as hell. Somebody's having a blast. And it wasn't like the project niggas with Roman candles blast. Those are big fireworks. They passed around, you know how they passed around, well, on social media was going around certain areas, Rock Nation filed for the permits, and there were fireworks planned at Pier 81, and there was a couple locations, because he had put this map out. I thought you were joking. No, I'm dead serious. He did the whole shit yesterday with the pop-up shops and then all these specific locations, like where the tunnel was, where D&D Studios was, all that type of shit, and they had fireworks set up. I would have went to the D&D fireworks. I was there. All right, you got it. Hey, yo, Free. Come on, man. Don't start with me today, or don't make me start with you. Don't start with me. Jay-Z did not have fireworks, and if he did, I'm gonna judge him. Bro, yesterday was the 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. They've been celebrating and leading up to this moment. Yes, I would see him having fireworks. What about Reasonable Doubt gives fireworks? I'm trying to chill because some people talk about Reasonable Doubt gives fireworks. It's not a firework. It's not this album. It's not the album that set off the whole fucking career. Nigga, what about 560 State Street gives fireworks? They say at every location, but they had a mark, like where the old Rockefeller office was. They you better not let me find out that you purchased fireworks and sprayed them shits across New York City. I know you thought that was no reason for that. That's not a fireworky album. It's a great album. It's not. It's not. There's nothing to be saved about it. It's not a fireworky album. I'm trying to get the Clippers. What song on it? Mark, let me tell you something. This is what I learned. The same way that you feel about working with us. No, listen to me. No, for real. On God. I learned this over the weekend, or the other day. The same way Mark feels about working with us, like, because Mark is really one of the more intelligent people that people know. Like, I've heard this from many people. So we say some stupid shit up here. He does too sometimes. Now hold on. We all do. Slow down now. Okay. So we'll say some stupid, uneducated shit, and he has to go back out, and his educated friends, they look at him away. They be mad at him. They look at him away. He didn't say nothing. He said stupid educated. But just from him hanging out with niggas that's as stupid as us, they look at him. That is exactly how I feel when Mark comes in here and talks anything music. No, he knows music. He just be when Mark says anything music, and I have to go out in the world and face my musician friends.
Oh boy, shut up.
Mark says some shit. We on a pod is for debate. Let's have a good time. I be forgetting that when I get home. So Ninth Wonder heard this. Like it don't just be the music ads. It be the Questlove, the hurt niggas that, you know what I mean? That's so funny because I be so embarrassed. My Ninth Wonder, man, he said they're writing a book in our deal. He is going crazy. Mark don't even say nothing back. He don't double-hearted. He don't even face the fucking music, the jerk. So I'm in there like, yo, I agree, Ninth. Yo, Ninth, you right. But that's not because I feel, Mark. I'm on you, though. Well, self-admitted. Yeah. Soon as they reach out, yo, I don't know why he said that. But if there's if there's one area I consider myself to be somewhat educated in, it's music, man. How my music guys, I can't say that the music guys out here, man. Ninth Wonder's listening. We can't say shout to fucking Clive Davis, man. We talking to niggas who think Barry Gordy built all music, nigga. All sounds come from him. And he said it in there. He said, no, all music stems from. And Mark ain't even in there. I'm gonna respond. I'm home reading. I'm gonna respond. I hate Mark. I'm gonna respond. I got something for him. Be like, you right. That just button shit fly. To get you out of that. That just button. It's fine. Shit is nice. It is. How y'all feeling? Y'all good? I'm good. Big trade. These niggas had the killer draft. Whenever they had a fucking killer draft. That's what y'all need to be scared of. Everybody, I'm not scared of nobody, nigga. I'm the champ. What are you talking about? Watch your Sixer mouth. Why? I'm not scared of we the fucking champs. We trying to retain our team. Everybody else out there is trying to match up. This is the first draft in the world where you've seen all these big men. Everybody trying to get some size. I heard they saying it for Wemby, but I mean, I think of us. What'd you say? I heard y'all losing, so I heard Max might be going. I heard y'all. You hear a lot of things out there, Mark. You got to use your discernment. Yeah. I mean, got to see. My trust is in Leon Rose. Yo, shout out to Leon Rose. Worldwide West, Captain Brunson. I ain't gonna nick y'all to death. We did that shit. In case you forgot. We absolutely. It's baseball season, Joe. Let's move on. World Cup season. Yeah. WNBA season. All three. True. Ghana lost, right? I'm not that deep. I don't know. I'm casual. It's the World Cup. I think. Exactly. I watched a little bit. I went out. I watched the game a little bit. I keep it on in the background while we're in the studio, but I don't know shit about football and soccer. I gotta get over there and get down with that prostitution ring. I gotta get over there and find out who is working this thing. Send them to Weehawken. I think they just making this like a Rutherford thing, and this niggas, I mean, it's money outside of it. Step outside a little bit. Yo, you see them Cape Verdeans on that screen? I told you that's the team. They so fun. I thought they was AI. I gotta say that's one thing I did notice that the USA team is fucking up with. We don't bring the baddies out like we're supposed to. No. The other countries, the baddies love football. Well, here's the thing. It's levels. Yeah. Their first tier sport is soccer. Right. So like who comes to our NBA All-Star weekend and our Super Bowl shit? That's who come to their soccer shit. Yeah, we need to step it up for the World Cup. Man. That's what I'm saying. We gotta do something different. Yo, U.S. baddies, man, you gotta step outside, man. You gotta come out and rep. I'm doing the right thing. Nah, go out there and sports. Lead them alone. Why? There's bad money in fucking football. Hey, lead them alone though. Them Cape Verdeans, the Brazilians, Colombians, some of them teams is. Now we could bring a nice route. We could bring. I hear you. We could bring a nice. It's gonna look like that versus. I don't know. They took over Times Square. That's their hood now. That's their hood. They got it. I just found out we're not going to Martha's Vineyard for vacation. One of my favorite things is catching up with my Cape Verdean community out there. No, that's right. really went through that. Yeah, it's pretty hard. I don't see how y'all do shit like that with your minds and don't try to flip something. Purposeful silence. We got a great show. That might have been the best time. Don't worry. Come on. I'm a segue. Don't worry. Don't call us no more. This is the fifth time you call, man. I got 10,000 applications I gotta look at. I'm stressed out. My phone been ringing. What's your name, sir? Let's see. Yeah. Don't see nothing real here. Not qualified. Don't see nothing experience on here. Not qualified. No project portfolio. Not qualified. I hope you get your ass. Did you get your ass? Did you get your ass? That's what college is. Oh my God, yo. What about Brownstone, Joe? Come on now, man. Me? Slow jam game? Come on now, Mark. Man. Don't say nothing crazy, because Brownstone might be listening. All right. Jump in the DM, please. Mic check. Brownstone, what up? We love you up here. Yes, sir. Always the I have to be a guy and I love Brownstone when they first dropped. You seen them motherfucking lips? You look into my eye. No, I didn't. I looked at that. Ow. That mouth. Open my heart inside of you. Someone to background. Shout out to wherever you may be listening from. Shout out to all the subgroups out there, all the patrollees out there, all the parents out there. Hey, school almost over. I can't believe my kid is still in school. It's over now. Today's the last day of school. That don't make no sense. They went to the house Monday. They graduated and go back to school. Yeah, no wonder I dropped out. That's crazy. Yes, sir. It's my vibe right now. It's my vibe. Late night in the car on the highway. Give me the arcs. Give me the arcs. You know what I mean? All the entrepreneurs out there, everybody getting money. Everybody at the airport, everybody on vacation out there. Hey, all the happy couples listening to this shit, shout out to y'all. Shout out to you miserable motherfuckers too. It's divorce season. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Do not sleep. It goes. What else? Hey, Yummy. You in the car? Let me hear you out there. Hey, Quiet Storm edition and shit. Light up in the shit. With the kids in the back seat, my mom got me. All right, normally I'd have cut it off right there and started, but I love this guy's voice. I love this guy's voice too smooth. Yo, some of these family genes are cheat codes, you know. Yes. Nigga, you got cousins that sound like this, and you got the greatest families. Right. What type of genetics are y'all doing? What type of oatmeal are y'all making over there? I opened up Hulu. I seen a comedy special from somebody named Shanton Wayne. So I'm fucking her name up. But I never heard of this person. But I didn't need to. I might have to. This lady is a Wayne type of. I got scared with the scene. All right, y'all know what we start with? Everything's not anything if you're not here to share my dream. You don't know what it means to me. That shit for me is like a 4 Loco. That shit is like a 4-hour energy drink or some shit. Let me cut that off right there. God damn. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When you in the car by yourself and you hit that after 7 cent, ready or not, and baby, I'm for real to do it to you, you'll think. These applause going for half of the best podcast crew in the world. These applause going. What's that? All right, what episode is this, Mark? 941. What? These shits are flying. What do y'all want to do for episode 1000? Turn the fuck up. Yeah, I seen some people saying that we needed to be back in Park's crib before 1000. Nah, but that's always off. Keep me live. Live. Oh, outside live? Like live show live? Yeah. Oh, right. Oh, you mean live show? Like outside? Yeah, nigga. That been like channel live, nigga? No, I thought you meant like live stream. Like stream it. I mean, we can do that too. It's need to be something. That's not a bad idea. That's a great idea. I would say let's be outside in front of an audience and live stream it, but let's do some live stream. Live stream with the bitches, man. So does real life. Like, a live stream. You know, never mind. Oh, brother. Yeah, I forgot. He can't go outside no more. Unless 1,000 is in the next week. The next 5 days. 59 episodes. Well, that's not true. In the great words of my baby, don't look at it like now you can't go outside anymore. Now you're just going outside as a couple. That's okay. All right. That's good. And you got to sit on the phone through some of this bullshit, like with a straight. Oh man, baby, I love you, and I can't wait. I can't wait to be fulfilled. You will be. I'm out to be. Anyway, man, it'll be great. Oh, I don't doubt it. I look forward. I haven't been able. What a boy. I look forward to it. What you saying? When is she coming? Please. Couple days. Yeah, a couple days. Okay. I don't want to give the weirdos on the internet exact dates. Fair. But it's good, man. I can see the excitement in your face. Can't wait. Well, welcome to episode 941 of the Joe Budden Podcast. Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing. Welcome to episode 941 of the Joe Budden Podcast, brought to you by, fueled by, powered by Prize Fix Gang. I'm your humble, gracious, grateful, extremely anxious, and eager host, Joseph Anthony Budden Jr., here with some really amazing people. To my right, Queens get the money. Big Queens Flip is in the building. Flip, how you doing, man? I'm feeling good, man. Come on, man. On your own schedule a couple days before the contract ends, man. Do what the fuck you want. That's how I lead companies. That's how I lead companies. I lead companies with my balls on the table. Nigga, come in whenever the fuck I feel like it. Nigga, spill coffee all over this establishment. What are they talking about? Anyway, Queens Flip is in the building. Next to him, our good brother, Philadelphia's finest, Dr. Mark Lamont Hill is in the building. Or what was my new the new name they gave you on the streets? Dr. Mark Lamont Die on the Hill. That was a good one I read recently. Next to him, come on, stop playing with him. Stop playing with him. All that shit when he first got on the pod, blowing the ants off the microphone with the stupid children's hoodie on, that shit is dead. It's mafioso now. La Familia. Get familiar, nigga. Big Freeze, Elizabeth's finest, Irvington's. I don't even know where he's from. I never been to his house, but he rep a lot of hoods, and a lot of niggas respect him in the street. Mr. Take It Further himself with the Reebok pumps on. Big Freeze. I think my girl moving in is gonna fucking get that thing. I think 10 new shows is coming. I think there's a new podcast energy that I'm coming to work with. I'm not playing, baby. I can't wait till you get work. Oh yeah, no, shows is coming. Shows is coming. Wait, never leave me. That's how I was thinking. I know y'all can leave. Y'all can go. Teach me how to cut some of this shit on. Speaking of teaching how to cut some of this shit on, come here, man. Y'all seen the DJ Premier RZA versus, man. Y'all seen his name in the credits if y'all still read credits. You've been to Elmira. Ask around, nigga, when they get the store out there. Big Parks, Elmira's finest is in the building. Parks, how you doing, man? Good, I'm good. Feeling great. Good, absolutely love that. Big Poe is in the building. Corey is here, Erickson is here, Tanner and Savon are here by remote last, but certainly not least. Don't ever get that part fucked up. Each and every one of you guys are here. Make some noise for yourselves at home. What's up, y'all? What's good? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What up? How you doing, man?
Yo, I had a real healthy adult conversation with Ian yesterday. Sportsman, yes, not Dunlap. Dunlap, my man. Ian, my man.
That money already in the bank. That Dunlap.
Ian Sportsman. Yeah, Ian Schwartzman. Healthy conversation, but now I think there's a trick going on. I see that the chairs are empty, so he wanted to save the conversation with Saturday to make sure I was going to come in. Ian, you might have got me. I should have pushed the conversation last night, but it was very healthy. It was, we on the same page. It looking. That was looking.
How toxic are we as brothers when the positive conversations leave us with an ill feeling?
Because I came in so and he was like, yo, you know what? Let's continue this Saturday. If you would have told me some shit, I'm not coming in tomorrow, nigga. I would have said that. I would have stood on my head. But he uses equity with me in his love. I love you. I'm going through what I'm going through.
When you say I love you, that's what you
Oh, shit, he got me.
Well, no. Ish is running a little late.
All right, whatever. Make sure you're here then, nigga. Make sure you're here.
Mona, if I'm not mistaken, should be at like Animal Chuck is speaking to.
Yeah. So my animal, like that. Yeah. Now, shout out to Ian. It was a very healthy conversation. It was mature. It wasn't like when I think about it, because I have my notes. I didn't record that conversation, but I have notes, and to see the progress of how healthy it's gotten, and how like, oh, come on, I don't give a fuck. That nigga's fuck out. I'm not coming up there to. I understand this is what I want, and it was very healthy. Shout out to Ian. So, get your question.
Is it likely? Or at least a good chance that you'll come back? Because
yeah. No, it's likely. It's like, well, I don't know.
Joe, do you feel that way? Yeah, that decision is totally a flip. I want to bet. I want to flip back. I love flip. Yeah.
You know, carry boy.
I don't want him to go nowhere. That's why I'm asking. I'm not one of them people that like in a relationship. If I dealt with the worst of the headaches already, I'm not quick to throw you to the street so someone else can thrive with you. That's my philosophy. I'm not.
Yeah, they gave me two options to eat a snake.
No, seriously.
They got different words they use in Mark. Nah.
Yeah, I done been through the hard part already, so I'm not just. No, I want to stay and reap some of the benefits.
That's how I feel. Like even in my other businesses, like I'm not. This isn't about you. Seriously, like I have like 10. Like in my coffee shop, I have 10 races to be like me. I mean, this is not shot for me. Got you. Like and I used to want to fire the two and keep trying to get two better ones, but you never get 10 good ones. Yeah. So at least the ones you can trust, you know how good they are, you know what they can do, because you recycle the niggas, they'll be worse, or they'll fuck up the chemistry, or they'll fuck up the energy, or they'll do some other dumb shit, and then you end up starting over again anyway.
And to that point, I'm a fan of the headache I know. versus that age, you know. Because you know, yeah, that's kind of what he's saying. Yeah, because I did that before. Then that you guys like stole money. First, you guys see like bad coffee. Next, you guys stole money. It's just like I would have had you guys just made me coffee. That's why I put it right where I put it first. Leave him alone, nigga. I understand. You can say whatever you know. But I'm on the mail rush. Like I put it there. Anyway. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was just out there, and I'm good. I'm happy to be here, Mark. Good. I was happy to have you here. Happy to have you. Straight white man from now on. Flip. So I was just telling him, my wife told me that we're no longer going to Martha's Vineyard for the summer. Which is, I thought your wife was telling you something about tell Flip to shut the fuck up. I respect her so much. Hey, bro, I love her so much. If I reported back every time my wife said that, we wouldn't even. She told me that instead we're going to Grenada. Oh! Did you email the dates? And then I'm going to Grenada too, Joe. Grenada. Just a quick Wednesday, Thursday show. Could be all right. August? I'm going down there. I'm going down there for Grenada. I'm going down there for Grenada Carnival. We're going to avoid Grenada Carnival. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to go right after. I think the 11th, whatever it is. It should be a carnival. Okay. Yeah. I was going to ask that. Is that the spot to go to? Will I be? I've never been to Grenada, but the Caribbean is always beautiful. Caribbean's beautiful with your significant other. And the balls, even to discuss it in front of help. Is it beautiful up there? When your boss come in and say, hey, yo, what up, y'all? Look, I'm about to take the PJ with my girl. We about to go to Cabo for like 7 days. I think it's hold it down. I ain't been nowhere with my girl in over a year and a half, and I'm hearing about it too now. Give me like one-on-one. Just us. Without the kids. We went with the kids, and then we went on a group trip with all of the friends. That'll never happen again. Not y'all. I'm talking before that. We went to some other people that wasn't our friends. Like other new friends. I'd never do that. The nigga that was watching you. So it was a nightmare, Mark.
I'll be back, y'all.